Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil and welcome back to another anime review, guys. Yes, this is gonna be for Yu Yu Hakusho season 2 and I'm finally finished watching it. I got done watching it earlier today and now I'm doing my review for it. So this is for the Dark Tournament Saga, guys, aka season 2, and it's the next 41 episodes after the first 25 of season 1, which is the Spirit Detective Saga. And I do have to apologize again, just like for my Argyle catch up review, for taking so long for getting through it. But I do want to really knock out season 3 and 4 because season 3 is 28 episodes, season 4 is 18 episodes. If I use my 5 episode a day rule for watching anime, that's like 10, roughly around 10 days of watching. So I should be able to get done before the end of the month, before December. Because I also do have one other anime still planned for the end of the year. So there's that. But guys, jumping into this review, this season is pretty much all about the Dark Tournament. As I said before, it's called the Dark Tournament Saga. And of course, it's anime. They love doing tournaments and stuff like this. I mean, Fairy Tail had a tournament. One Piece, actually, funny enough, hasn't really had like a full tournament. Okay, actually, you know what? In Dressrosa, there was a tournament, but it wasn't the main part of the arc, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's also that one arc where it was what the Straw Hats and the Foxy Pirates in like some Olympic Games style competition, but that's really it. Death Note didn't have a tournament. AOT did not have a tournament. So there's that. But that's the anime I've talked about in review on the channel. But I would say the closest thing to this, if I were to compare to another anime that I've seen, is Fairy Tail and the Grand Magic Games. That's like an actual like fighting tournament, you know. I mean, yes, there are challenges that they have to face, but there's like actual fights there, just like this too. And just like that, I did feel the pacing kind of drag, but I'll talk about that more into the things I didn't really like, the negatives. But in terms of how I felt about this arc and the season overall, or I should say the saga, it was good. I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it. I thought it was a bit better than season one, mainly just because it's more action based. However, season one may be better in terms of one department in the sense that season one's more story based. Season two, however, this saga, this arc, whatever you want to call it, I guess you could say saga because that's what it's called, the Dark Tournament Saga. Not arc for some reason, but anyway, you could say that it does have story, but the action's way better and more intense, and it really, really is. And all the characters return from season one, and of course, we do have some other characters joining as well, and maybe some familiar faces. Now, I'm not going to explain as to why Yusuke and his team and his friends actually take part in the tournament. I don't want to spoil that, but it's actually a big contributing factor to the tournament and to the story overall this season, which I guess you could say there is an actual like overarching story this season, but it's mainly just, you know, one fight after another fight after another fight. And I think if I remember counting correctly, there's like 5 rounds, I would say. So there's that. Now, getting into the things I did like in the season, the action is absolutely insane. I mean, the final fight was just very well done. Like, you come to watch a tournament saga or a tournament fight scene in anime, you expect the final battle to be amazing, and it is. It absolutely delivered. I wouldn't say it's like the best fight or like one of my favorite fights in anime. Like AOT had some pretty great moments, fight scenes slash action sequences, and even Fairy Tail and of course One Piece as well does too. But the final fight in this, like, it almost had potential to be up there, but sadly it didn't. But it's easily the best fight in the show thus far. So there's that. Another thing I also like was the characters. The characters are just like how they were in the first season, in the first saga, and it's really nice to see them kind of grow and develop over time. But some of the characters don't really change barely at all, I would say. So there's that. And then another thing I also did like was, I guess you could say, the emotion this season. There was definitely some surprising amounts of it, and there was one emotional element that is also kind of a key storyline in this arc, this season, this saga, whatever you want to call it, I would say. So there's that. I'm just going to call it season for now on because I like to refer to TV shows, and yes, anime are also TV shows, believe it or not. I I just want to call them seasons from now on. So there's that. But yeah, so there was actually genuine surprising amounts of emotion this season, I would say. More so than season one, maybe even, because two characters actually have a really nice little story arc, and it's not the two characters you're probably expecting it to be. So there's that. Now going into the negatives, the biggest problem this season and this saga, because okay, I'll just call it season, I should say. The biggest problem this season is the pacing. This did not need to be 41 episodes. I don't know why it's 41 episodes. It's really, really unnecessary, but I guess they wanted to drag it out. Again, as I said before, there's 5 rounds, so maybe that's why they wanted to make it that long. So there's that. Another thing is that there's like an unnecessary like side plot that happens, and it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just thrown in for a couple of scenes, and if you watch it you may know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to spoil things. I like to keep things, spoil free and all that. So that, but yeah, there was an unnecessary side plot, I would say. So there's that, and then finally, because it's a tournament, unfortunately, there is some repetitiveness in terms of like characters getting down and then getting back up, and then you think they're dead, and nope, they're not dead. Like that always frustrates me when I see that in anime in general. But it's one of those nitpicks, but this, you definitely felt it, because it was 41 episodes and they tried to drag it out a lot. There was a lot of that. I'm like, okay, for sometimes I could tell, no, wait, okay, it's not going to be that easy. They're going to get rid of villain. But just when you think it's over, nope, they're still alive and they're getting back up. But apart from that, I enjoyed season 2. So overall, if I were to rate the season, I would say a 7.5 out of 10, but I don't do point 0.5. So overall, it's more of a 7 out of 10. So yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho season 2, I'll give a 7 out of 10. I think this is a good season. Not a great season, but I'm curious to see how the next 2 seasons of the show turn out. I think the next one's called Saga of the Three Kings or Chapter Black or something, or I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the third season's called, but season 3 is 28 episodes, season 4 is 18. Hopefully I can get that knocked out by the end of the month. I mean, we're still early November, so thank God for that. And then of course the final anime that I'm going to watch this year. So there's that. But guys, there you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on Yu Yu Hakusho season 2, and I again apologize for not getting this out sooner rather than later. But that's on me. So thank you guys so much for watching. What did you think of Yu Yu Hakusho season 2? Also, I'm curious. If you want, you don't have to tell me in the comments down below, but I would love to know actually what was your favorite fight scene, and who do you think in Team Urameshi actually really, really carried? I know the obvious answer is Yusuke, but maybe you could say Kurabara or Hihei or Kurenma. Yeah, like who do you think carried for the team this season? Or maybe it was what the master. What's the name? I already forgot the name. Damn, that sucks. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. As always, my name's Akil, otherwise known as the comic director, and I'm signing out.